Uh, what is your earliest memory, like from when you were youngest? Like, what's your oldest memory?
Yes, I don't know who did I tell you already that I remember from 3 years when I was 3 years old.
You can tell it.
Yeah, my sister was born, and my grandma was there. Oh, you wanna write right away?
Yeah.
So,
Take your time.
so that's that I really it's hard to believe it that, but I know like I am there now. My grandma took me from a bedroom to the kitchen, and then she went back to my mom, and then after she come, and my sister was born with my grandma just at home. And and that I remember my sister was always going whenever I tried to run away to play with kids, and I always had to take her and watch her over. And it was something I tried to sneak behind the house. And she sees me and she calls, "Mama, she's running away again." And then the children, all the houses like here, close. So all these children, we get together to play in the sand down the river. It was a lot of sand, beautiful in summer. The river goes really low down. And we play, and then there we used to get all together and swim and run and then go. There was a lot of big old walnut trees. So these walnuts, when they starting to get ready for to pick them up, then we children go and grab. They would be green still, but inside is already shell. And then we sit under that old big tree, whole bunch of us, and there my sister was again, and my next door neighbor and my sister asked her, "Give me some more, give me some more," and she says, "No, no, no, no," and my sister had a stone that we break a walnut. She banged her on her head, and she was bleeding, and she just ran in her house, and her mother, her mom wiped her, and she come right back. She wanna play. Those are my very early days that I remember how we were so small, and playing without parents, because the river would be so, and we so used to not to go to the deep, just a shallow water and to swim when we saw little. And then after maybe when I was 7 or 8, again there would be those little ones, kids, And those days, you know, on the farm, people didn't fix kids in the morning or just let them eat and run away to play outside. And then when I see them so untidy, hair all tangled, I take one by one up in my backyard and I sit them on one stool like my father used to make those kind of low stools from wood. And I take scissors and I give them haircut. But that was funny. And I was just so serious at that time. I'm not sure exactly what was I, 8 years old. Anyway, those little ones, because you can comb, nobody combs them, and you play and they get tangled. So I chop all those bunches, wash their faces, and there we go. And then I did to my sister too. And she had the braids already, but not too long. And I took just each braid and I cut it. And I made a short haircut.
You cut the braid off? Cut the braid off? Or
oh, yes, I did. Experience.
Yeah.
Oh, when my mom come home, oh, what did you do? I just give her a haircut. But then her hair started to be curly and nice after. And it was okay. Only mom says, you don't do that. Why did you do that? Well, I had to get everybody nice and tidy. And those are some of the things that still stuck with me that I remember those. Because after I was afraid, my mom would be very mad that I cut so short up to shoulder. And that was our earliest.
The earliest?
The dates. But very, 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 we children were so happy. We never, we was never afraid of no one that somebody would hurt us. Because we are all bunch together, all neighborhood, and there is always some parents at home that we could call. But we play in the summertime till the dark. We go down and play in the sand, or some different kind of. So we go in one row and different things. And it was all very happy till the war came. And till my, that's it. So when my brother died when I was 7, that was very, very sad for me. That it's just, I don't know, can't really, it was such a shock because he wasn't sick. But the parents didn't. I never asked my mom, and she took him that day to the doctor. He was 15 years old, tall, nice and tall, and very, very, very busy all the time, making something with his hands. From wood, from different things, and all he took to the school, all those art, like he made all the, anyway, so many things I can say the names right now. But anyway, my mom says she was asking school after to give her some of that stuff after my brother passed. But school wouldn't give her. They want to keep it for to show other kids. So it was standing on the shelves up, right? And that day, my mom took him to the doctor. I didn't know what he did. Explain nothing when we was children. Why did they go to doctor? And after when they come back, he went to bed. That my mom says, and he from bed he just asked her to if he could have a glass of water. And my mom brought him water, and he just swallowed the water and just he was gone. Oh, it was my world. But anyway, the war was going on that time, so no doctor, nobody could do much. Anyway, was one little hospital in town, and one doctor, and one dentist for all the city and villages around the city.
How old were you when the war started? Do you remember?
Well, I remember when it started. I'm trying to figure out from 34, war started 5. But I remember, oh boy, when there was a, oh yeah, you didn't go to see that river I am talking about that we had, and there was a big bridge across the river to go on to the other side, to Bosnia, like. And first thing is they blew up that bridge because Germans was coming. So these guys, bad guys here, they blew up the bridge. So when Germans come, they couldn't go across the Bosnia side. And then Germans come, we could see them way far when they was coming with the cars, with tanks, with stuff. My father had to make from sheets, like in those times we just had the white sheets for beds. So everyone had to make that white sheet like flag that we all accept them or
surrender.
Yes. Yeah, you help me with words because I can't think of it. So through the window, that big sheet, each house had to put that is surrender. And they come in a house and just go through. And then after they move in our backyard with that big kitchen that they had, like for all those soldiers to eat, big hot somehow. No, everything was attached, and they was cooking every day after they stayed for well, I don't know now how many months they stay, you know. And then on the top of we had a big roof in the house, and there was a window looking through across the river to the other Bosnia side. So the Germans went up and they was shooting through that window across the river, and from that side they was shooting to our side. So they was going. Sometimes they stopped this shooting, fighting for 2-3 days. They don't stop, just a little bit quiet during a day, and then they start again. And that was somehow we children didn't understand too much about war that time. And one evening, 3 family came in the evening after dark. They all came to our house. I don't know, you care if I talk about it?
Yeah, just tell me everything.
Huh?
Tell me everything, Bubba.
Oh. And they come all in our house. It was dark, and at that time that I remember, I was thinking, why all these people coming to our house, and we all had to go into kitchen, because kitchen was in the middle of the house. And then an evening when they start to shooting, boom, 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 boom. This from the top of our house. The other side was shooting on this side, and some people got killed because also those shots came through the wood in the house. Came, and one guy got killed in a bed. So that's why my father and mom put us all in the kitchen, so we are kind of protected with 2-3 walls, so we couldn't get, otherwise if they throw bomb on the house. But there was from town shooting over there, and some of those bad guys was coming from somewhere. They gonna shoot these Germans, so it would be mess. For 2-3 days you couldn't get out from the house. So my mom used to cook that for all those family and our children also. So she would make cook for all bunch in the morning. That corn, what you call from a corn that you make skanse, we call it skanse. So to put like porridge, but from corn flour.
Oatmeal?
But
But with corn. Is there a Croatian word for it?
yes, it's a Croatian. In my area we call skanse. In Dido's place they call different. Anyway, can you see I'm so slowing so down with my words.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Italian make that too. Italians. Corn flour, not corn milk. feed everybody. Mom, we would cook for all that bunch because we had to. My dad especially, he says, no, nobody to show our face because we had to go to get some water outside. And soon as they see somebody moving from here across the river, they shoot if anybody was walking on a street. So we had to stay inside and hide in there. And it was going on and on and on. Then we had to, that when it started, we were in a school, or we had a big school. And one day came, bless you, my sweet, whole bunch of soldiers. They came, they told us all get home because soldiers moved and they stayed in the school. In 1945, war was finished, and it started this communist business because they killed so many soldiers and Germans. They pulled back, and my uncles, my dad's brother also was in a Croatian army. We never know where he went, where he died, never till this day, because he was going with Germans. They was moving. They said they couldn't fight anymore. This aggression from Bosnia, they come across the river. They didn't have a bridge, but they took small boats, like from the other side, so they was coming and going. And the people from city started to run away. You could see them coming, and then my father says, no, we are not running, we didn't do anything to anybody. And they did come and they looked through the houses and they didn't hurt us. We was lucky that time. Bless you, bless you. And it goes on and after when this communist regime came, it was terrible again. They start to come to our houses and they would go and look for any stuff that is maybe more expensive, like sewing machine. That was very expensive. That for years over there, it's very hard for anybody to buy sewing machine. So the first thing in the house, they come look for that, and then for some bedding and stuff, they was just coming and taking whatever they want. And taking things after that, they start to also come to take a tax for a house. If you can pay, they didn't wait for you to come to pay. They come to the house. 2-3 guys come And if you say you don't have that amount to pay, they take right away anything that they see worth it. And one time, like we had horses, we had cows, and all these animals. They went and took my dad's two horses away that we was using for work. And I thought, oh my goodness, now what my dad is going to do. He had to go and borrow some money next day and get horses back. And after that was government way. After they start to take every year you had to give them free one cow or a horse, and you can grow the cow or horses. You need at least 3 years till they grow. So it was so difficult for everybody to manage that. And, oh, it was such a terrible arrangements for everybody. And no medical, no for excuse me. And those are early my days. And I was hoping that time that, oh my goodness, I hope there is never going to be war again. I thought now people will go more to school, they'll be more educated, that they would know how to discuss by the table, sit down and discuss things, not to go shooting at each other. But look, it's always going somewhere. And even nowadays it's terrible, those poor people, poor children there. A bad Machak, bad guy, and he knows he's bad.
Yeah. What was school like for you? School?
School.
What was it like?
I love it. I love it in the school. And we had to, I don't know, I guess you don't do it. Like teacher would give us like a poem to learn. She gave us say this day for tomorrow. And big one would be like whole big page in a book. And I just go once, I read through, and next day you had to speak all that aloud in front of everybody. But not to read, just
memory.
Yeah. Oh, I love those things. Oh, so many things. I love it. I love it. The schooling. It was far away. School was very far. But we just walked there and back and very happy. We had a long lunch break and we stayed till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then with few girls from the other like village, we kind of far relatives, so we would, after lunch, on the lunchtime, we would get together and we go to that village, the village where my mom is from, and my grandma was lying in bed. She was very young. I'm not sure what age she would be, but she got so sick. That time there was all this kind of sickness going, like let's see again, I can't remember. And I would go every lunchtime. I could go with the two or three those girls. We ran all the way to their village, and I go to sit by my grandma till all the way till she passed away. And she would be lying there, and I was so mad at my aunt that she didn't do good care for my grandma. But I didn't say nothing. I just come, and when grandma asked water to drink, I would bring her. And that's a very something that I just all my life I remember how I used to love. We ran sometimes because it was quite a bit far. We ran over there and then we ran back to school. We spent time playing. And one time we come back from that lunchtime that we go, and I see my grandma, and I know that my uncle wife, she would not give us nothing to eat. We go to the other girls' place, so we always get a lunch at their house. Yeah, and it was coming earlier, was passing by the oh my goodness, I am losing so much word.
It's okay.
Like that over there where Dido is in cemetery. And we go, and there would be lots of flowers around, and we go pick her up.
Oh.
So not so close to. So each flower had a couple of pieces, and we come to school, and school started. Now we were afraid to go in, and we sat behind the big window on one big log. And teacher looked through the window, and she said, "Where did you get the flowers?" And oh, it was so beautiful. I forgot what kind. We said in the cemetery. She had usually this long stick.
Oh, when she slapped the wrist.
2 for each. Yeah, those time if you do anything, you get this. Oh, did I tell you how we start this, in the morning, how we start school? Also, we had to all sit, like put their hands like this, and teacher goes, we had it just longer like this, there was no like you have each.
Yeah, they were just long
stair,
desks.
yeah, and just one. Each one had a little under a little shelf under your, and we had to go. And she goes, and after you had to put your hands up, and so she look your nails, and she look your face, and did you wash your face? And all everybody has to just sit like that and quietly. That was really strict starting.
What would happen if your face was dirty or there was your nails?
Well, she would send you to go and wash your face, and after she sends a note to parents, children, it's not too fouls like. So parents would have to see to that after. And when Jonas come, we had also when school started, we had to all stand up and say, Hi Hitler.
Really?
Yeah.
During the war?
Yeah. Till I make him to take a school.
Tell me about those school dances you used to have. Remember when the dances? The dances? Like at your when people would dance? The dances.
Dancing.
Yeah.
No,
No?
no, we didn't have that in school. No. We had to do in the classroom those exercises. That we had the teacher show us. We did that very often. I don't know how many times these, but all different kinds. But we went dancing after when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
We had a dancing in front of one big store outside. So all these grow up boys and girls would have music and dancing, and we children we go around and we also learn how to follow music, and so many girls I had to show. Follow music.
Yeah.
Follow this way, that way. Now some people just couldn't follow, but music tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we had lots of them. Till after way after the war that we had one movie theater, like it was across the bridge. We had to go to Bosnia town. So we used to love to go to see Western movie, cowboys and Indians. And that's what they were showing mostly. Oh, we were so excited about to go to see the movies. And then after movies we go early in the evening and then we go dancing again. We had in our village dancing outside this big store, and then we had one big hall made of like wood, just a wooden. And there was one big store, and it was torn in wartime. So in that place they made this big hall for us, so we would go in winter and if it's raining, we would be having dances every so many holidays, like church holidays and Sundays, and there was musicians. They would be for 5 of them. And we had an old ones bunch, and their children learned. There was 3 different ages that they would play. So always somebody's playing for free. It was just for fun. By that time we, after when we girls started, we just sit in one side, boys would be sitting on the other, and you had to wait till some boy come to, can I have this dance? And sometimes if you're not supposed to say no. Sometimes you go, sometimes you don't want to, you don't like a guy, you don't want to dance. And sometimes if you see that he's coming to you from far away, you run away on the other side. Oh, it was so funny. Fun. And we had also this like Halloween, but that would be before Lent starts, before Easter, like before. And we would dress up in different different, like I have one in that picture, if you've seen it. But nothing so extremely ugly, I would call what they do for Halloween. But dress up nicely, different. You wanna be something different, like a man, a girl, and put anything, hat and boots, and so that would be fun too. But we had that every year also.
So it's like before Easter, like a celebration? Like,
Yeah, it will be weekend before Lent starts. We call that like before Easter Lent, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it would start Sunday, Monday, and then like celebration, big meals, big at home also. And then we would have a dances also, some to dress up different. But when these communists came for, they stop us. You couldn't put any of those colors on your face and make it, you make different look yourself. And no, they stop us to fix our faces. I don't know lite lofty, lulla by lulla, that we manage, but not to cover your face with nothing. I guess they've been afraid of somebody will start a war.
When did the communists come? After the World War II?
Yeah, after 1945, when they took over Croatia. They stop us, so many things. They tore our church. St. Michael, we had a church, they tore down right away when they come, and then they didn't let anyone to, I mean, if you was working anywhere, you couldn't go to church, or you could not get baptism or anything, and so many things that they some family would go to next city where nobody knows you to get baby baptized, and that had to be so quiet, nobody is supposed to know that. And also marriages, there was just some guy who would, like City Hall, who would prefer some marriages.
Tell me about the soldier that you were engaged to. You remember that? Can you tell me about that? How old were you?
10.
10. Wow.
Yeah, I remember that when he asked me how old I was, because I was tall.
Yeah.
From my early days, all of us, I remember all of a sudden it seems to me I am tallest from my all, girls that we been together for. So he asked me, how old are you?
This was during the communist, right? No? World War II?
No, but that was when Germans were staying in our city. I told you that we had after the Germans to sleep in our kitchen too, but this guy didn't. He just come visit these guys. And for days when you see me outside, always doing or playing or something, he would always come and Maritza, 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 just going like that. Just smile and go. And then on that one day that he just put his hands on my shoulders and asked me how old I am. In 5 years, war is going to be finished, and I'll come back for you. Buy some words that you could remember forever, and some don't. Poor guy, when they had to run away, they was moving. He come with one of those pails, color in a blue, and that lullaby asked my parents, I think I told you, asked my parents and my sister that was on standing there by the steps to go in the barn. Asked them over there. He took me for my hand and he says, "Here, this is for you." I have to go. The Paul, who knows where they got killed on our way back. That was running back to Germany.
So he just gave you like a blue pail? Like he gave you a blue pail as like a gift?
Yeah. You had nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just something, I don't know where we got it, somewhere from somebody else.
Yeah.
But we needed it because we was getting water from outside into the house. That's very true. And I didn't think nothing about it. But after my sister started to remind me, where is your Elia? Where is, who knows where he got killed? Elijah.
Elijah?
Name, yeah. And I have also cousin named Elijah. One cousin is there's five brothers. One is Matthew, one is Andrew, one is Elijah, one is George.
What were the names of all your mom and your dad and all your siblings?
Okay. My dad was George, like Juro. Juro. Sometimes they also write in with the G, Georg. Anyway, Juro. And my mom was Jana.
How do you spell that? Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, that's the best. That's my dad. This is how we write Jura, J.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sometimes they would write his name, Georg, George, like.
Yeah.
Mama is Janja. My brother was Luca. And my grandfather was Luca. Mama's side.
Oh, Mama's side.
Yeah.
Is this the brother who passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my brother, and that's my grand. And my grandma was
Eula?
Yola Luca. That's my grandparents. And my brother, Luca.
And your sister?
My sister, Manda.
Manda.
like Mandy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Same. It's a Mandy, but we spell that way Manda. Or Mandalina, Magdalena. So that's,
Yeah. So you had one brother and one sister?
and my one sister before me was born, she passed away. Her name was Anna.
Mm.
It is, as a baby.
Yeah.
At that time, babies was so sensitive. So
Yeah. Is this a E?
this is J A
Oh, okay.
and
Jana.
J
Jan.
A. Janja,
Janja?
like a journey.
Yeah. Janie. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Janja.
somehow a little. But I know somebody that translate her name from Janja to Jen,
Okay.
Jenna or Jen. But it's you spell. Good with it.
Okay.
Janja, see here.
Okay. Yes. Janja.
I'm just thinking maybe next time if I remember something, something else, something a little better. This is kind of so plain. So
No, it's amazing.
No?
Yeah. I want you to tell me about. I remember one time you were telling me about church, how like the girls would go on one side and the boys would go on the other. You want to tell me about that?
You know, there is a church.
Yeah.
All those where
The pews?
grown-up sit, you know, whatever we call club, whatever.
Yeah.
But under where the choir sings, it's up, I think, St. Mary.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's every church. And then under there would be, on each side, there would be those where you go for confession. And kind of divided area a little bit with something. Then the boys would go on that side, on one side, and girls on the other side. So, and grown-ups and school children would sit around. There would be a few steps where the priest and altar is and everything. So all these school, a lot of children would sit and around the altar, and there would be some place like with some seats. Teachers would sit also there in the front, so they would watch children, you know, so they don't do. Anyway,
Yeah.
we was afraid the teacher was watching, so we had to be quiet and then not to move too much and stuff. And yeah, about our boys now said after you 16, we would look on the other side because there would be a walkway, you know, in the middle of church where you walk to the door entrance. so we would look each
Yeah.
other there, yeah, and smile, and that way after a while we get to know, see each other for so many, because every Sunday we would be in the church. And when we got out after Mass, outside, we would again look for it, kind of smiling, and that way somehow when you're a little older, then you see each other and meet boys and girls and we girls go to each other. Oh, did you see that one? It's so nice. Oh, this one is. And as I say, we have those dances and we dance with the boys after when you're 17, 16 or whatever. When boy come to ask you for dance, and you dance, and he would say thank you at the end of the dance, and this way, and if you see somebody is a really good dancer, you like to dance with him, and so if someone is no good dancer, you don't want him to come to, and sometimes the two boys would come all of a sudden and oh, what want you to come and dance? So they come to ask you, but you can dance with two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he would say, you choose. Now you choose which one. Which one you wanna dance? And that would be going for a long time before you start to see somebody you like it and you like to go to dance with him again and again. And but it was going kind of slow and but as I said, we had those dances and the places, lots of these church holidays that we parents would need to be working, like holidays, church holidays and stuff. So then we have dances and those. Guys that was playing music is such a nice. We had a next door neighbor. He was already old. He was playing the violin, and he was in Russia in the first war. He was taken by Russians, and he brought a Russian wife. Just next door, and then he was every evening he was playing in the dark. It was very expensive. Everything was very, very expensive. Yeah. So he would be playing himself in the dark. In the evening, we could hear in our house. That's so nice, so good. And he was going to playing my whole that bunch that they was playing together musical, five of them. They would be going playing for weddings and different celebrations. So it didn't cost us nothing. Somebody would just buy them drinks and they would be playing for us. So as I say, all my bringing up with such beauty. Even the other day, my girlfriend in Winnipeg, she always remembers my mom she would say, "Oh, your dad and your mom was so nice." She would spend days and days and then nights. She would be sleeping with over at our house, and we would be singing. My sister, I, and her. We would be singing always in the house. Just this new song, this way, that, when we start. And my mom would so enjoy, and she would say, "Oh, your mom enjoyed so much when we were singing there in the house." But my dad was strict more than mom. We couldn't ask him, "We want to go to dance." We would always ask mom.
Yeah.
And then sometimes mom would say when we come back, my sister and I would be going, and those girlfriends next door. And my father would say to mom, "Why did you let them go? Why did you look? It's already 10, 11, 12, they're still out. Where are they? Why did you let them go?" We never asked him. But mom always let us. Even rain or snow, dance was going on. And singing, we would anywhere. We would get 2, 3, 5 girls. We would be singing always those old songs that we knew. Even there in that hall, when where music was going on, we stand there. There was no seats to sitting, just standing all evening. Nobody was tired, dancing or standing. And then we would sing one would start, and everybody goes and sings. It was, as I said, my childhood. With all that war and stuff going on, we were so happy children. And I told you how I had to keep my sister when the planes would come into the town to shoot, to bomb. I took my sister. I had to keep her when parents go to work on a farm. And all the sirens would swing in the city. They would let us know to hide because those planes come so low and there was a shooting or bombing around. So I grabbed my sister during a summer for hand and ran to the garden and hide in the bushes of beans. Under the beans with that tall one,
Yeah.
that grows. And I grab her and we run and hide her under there so they can't see us. And it was just like, you just had to do it. I don't remember that we were. I hear that when there is lots of thunder and lightning. That's what I don't like when it's boom, 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 boom. Oh my goodness, during a summer. But that war business somehow, we just took it up. You have to hide and wait. When the sirens stop, come on out and go. The worst thing was if they start beeping in town and you're somewhere on open space. there is nothing to hide in there. Like we had those fields where we put all our ducks and geese and that they go to. It's very open area, and you just have to lay down on the grass, stretch on the grass. There is no trees to hide. But you learn, you somehow, even children, you know what to do and go along.
Yeah. That must be so scary.
Hmm.
Scary, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, you get used to, like, you have to do it, so you go. But those times I remember very well when I had to take my sisters that we need to hide. You couldn't, if you're in a house, they bomb, but your house will kill you from bombing. So we ran in the garden.
Yeah.
I ran it. She was too small, so I grabbed her and took her. But you could see all those sirens when they start in the city. Beep, 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 beep. They're so loud. Run away, hide. Yeah, one of my girlfriends that was living, my good friend, in town, in the city, they was in apartment building and up. And she got killed. She was my age.
How old were you?
When it started, I was 5, but then after there, 7, 8. Like that. Mariana, she used to play accordion. She would bring sometimes in my backyard, so we girls would be dancing, trying to dance. She would play, and she was in an apartment sitting in a chair, and she got peace, when thing exploded, a piece that hit her and killed her in the house, in the apartment.
What were the rest of your friends' names? What were all your girlfriends' names?
Okay, one was two of them was Danica. Oh, I have once picture I'll show you once that we took. I don't know how many it was. 4 of us, I think.
Oh.
Julka i Jelka.
Those were your friends?
Two, yeah, Danica.
There was 2 Danicas?
2 Danicas. Vikica, Anka, Lakana,
Oh, yeah.
and Julka, like Julie. and Jelka
Yeah.
Imara, like Mary.
Mm.
So all this we would be. Is there somebody else? Those are all right next door.
Yeah,
To be
like all in the
our
neighborhood.
neighbor. So we used to, one of those Danica we would get many times at her place. She was the oldest. Još jedna Mica. Mica, yes, so this one of these Danica place, mostly we would go on evenings during a winter
Mm.
to do, each one would be doing some garden knitting or soil, whatever, at her place, mostly. We would get all together there. And then we would be doing or just for fun, if you feel like or not, and then singing together.
Mm.
That was, and then now on the fall time, when parents go pick up a corn, you know, when the corn is dry, they bring ask me if you need to spelling. My writing is crooked.
So this is Danica.
Yeah.
Danica, and then
Vikica,
Vikica,
like Vicky.
and then this is Ruka.
This is Anka.
Anka.
Anka, yeah.
Okay. And then
Like
this
Anna.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Anna. Okay.
Yeah, Anna. You could put Anna.
And then this is Yulka.
Yeah, Jolka.
Yulka.
Like my grandma.
Yeah.
Joula, de kalla Joula, Vususa, de kalla Jolka. Yeah.
And then this
Jelka,
Yulka.
like Jelena.
Yelena.
Jelena, de kalla Jelka.
And this is
So-
Mara.
Mara, like Mary.
And then this is Mitsa.
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 Yeah.
Okay. And do you still talk to any of these people? Do you talk to any of these? Are any of these people still?
Yeah, the Jelka, she's in Winnipeg. I think she's only one alive.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then we could also long time.
There you go.
Yeah, I find the picture once when I get time, I look through those old pictures that we together sitting. But problem was we had to go to studio in town to get picture taken. Nobody had a camera nowhere. I would love to have those pictures that I used to show those like for Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
I made that maybe I told you, uh, what they call long cylinder, those hats that a long time ago rich people in America used to wear. You know what I mean? The deep ones. I made that, and after um, that was after war that we was getting lots of parcels from states. My aunt would be sending us lots of parcels, all kind of clothes. So I had all to dressed up with these slugs that you go and kind of punch down here and boots and I made that myself. I made that hat and a shirt like a boy, because I was taller than this Yelka. We used to be a couple. So she was dressed up in one of my long dresses that they send us. We had even girls would borrow dresses for us when they was going somewhere out. We would give them dresses because we was getting so much stuff. So they just borrowed for that night to put American stuff on. So she was like a big lady, and I was a man that rich with that big hat. I made it from carton, from box, and I cover up with black material. So everything, and that was traveling after every year, all around. Everybody wanna borrow for that day, and somewhere got lost. Somebody took it and didn't return it back. And I made so many different kinds of stuff to wear, so different that we had lots of stuff that my aunt and her daughter and my other wife from my cousin, they would collect so many. Right after war we was getting those parcels, but my dad had to go pick her up on a post office, and sometimes they had to go through when they send us a form that parcel is there. My dad had to go pick her up. And then they had, right there in front of them, he had to open up, and they go through all this stuff to look through. And a couple of times he caught some of those girls want to steal something. And he says, hey, that's not yours. Oh boy. It's a wonder that Milo doesn't come here.
Yeah.
He's safe.
Papa, Did you ever have like a boyfriend or like a... No?
Yeah, but I wouldn't call, or would I call? I have a few guys that was um, crazy. um, and there was one just that I like to dance with him. He was such a good dancer. So he tried, and his mother was after after every mass when we come out from church, his mother would come take us to we call slastičarne. For ice cream or cake, or they were selling, and you could sit and eat there, like big where they was making ice cream and all the baking, like bakery or whatever. And as I say, he was always, then he went to army 4 years for Navy, and he was writing. But I was never interested, because I started to think when after war was finished, when mail started to go, because in wartime you could not send mail nowhere. Post office wasn't working. So once war stopped and they settled, my aunt from States was writing right away that she would like to bring us all family into the States. So I started thinking about that right away, and I bought a dictionary, English dictionary, and I started, you wouldn't believe, by myself. Then I started reading all those cities' name in the States that I learned from. I want to learn English. So, and then it wasn't long after that we start to try to apply for passports to go to States. And that way I wasn't interested. There was another lady, also she had a son. She would sometimes, when I was passing by, she would come out from her house and she would love to talk to me. She had a son also. Even when I went to visit in 75, she came out. Oh, she would love me to be her daughter. Oh, that's. She had a nice son. I know he was always at the dances, but I was, as I tell you, busy always busy all my life with whatever. And then one day, I know I was 16, neighbor people, they had 2 sons, and one of those, oh, he was so nice, he had such a curly hair and everything. Just once I talked to him on the front of his house. That was just the next door, but there was not a property in between us that wasn't house on. He comes, his mother and his father and his godmother. They come that they like me to get engaged with their son. Oh my goodness, I thought he was nice looking and everything, but not me, 16. Oh, my mom says, oh, I wouldn't let you, I wouldn't. I said, you wouldn't push me either. You wouldn't make me get married at 16.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't let you. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, what's the matter, people, with you? And even when I was in Austria, I again we was very involved in a church there, and as soon as I find out the guy where I could go take English lessons, I went to learn. Okay, a few more lessons. I just wanna learn more things. Really. Even now, I read about those pyramids in and those old history. How the people used to make all those huge buildings and stuff that they are still uncovering some of them.
So when they came over and they asked, like, for you to get engaged with the boy and you said no?
Sometimes yes, but then they get mad. You know, you give him a koshara. We would say koshara. If you, I, I don't know word to translate that, but that's not very nice if you do that. You know, you make him unworthy or something. But many times we run away if you see that he's coming from far away, that he looks at you and come in and go in the crowd. Now, usually girls went together because you had to travel during a night, and you had to walk everywhere to next village, like around far away villages. There was in each village a different time, some kind of celebration. As I say, especially church holidays like. So we would walk in bunch of us together, girls, singing on the way and laughing but everywhere you had to walk. Different kind, as I said, that we get in winter time, doing like the corn comes now, when the temperatures pick it up, and we go to one house place, all to clean that corn, you know, all bunch of young people. many places that they get like that we could get together. And it's singing everywhere you could hear singing people. But not anymore, yeah, that's what used to be. No more. All Europe is the same now. There is TV and telephones and but we spend outside. Summer and winter it would be very, very cold, but you get wrapped up and go run.
Did you guys listen to music on like the radio or like a record player, or was it all just instruments?
Instruments, yeah. There was no money. No, I don't know. If there was no anywhere to buy any, right?
Yeah.
Unless you go to Zagreb or somewhere maybe. But that was too expensive again. Yeah, that oh. Not even clock. I told you, I don't know, I told you that we didn't have a clock till my aunt sent us from in a parcel from States. One of those that you buy
Yeah.
every. It was quite big. But I had to get up at 4 in the morning, take 2 big pails of milk to the city kitchen. Again, I can't remember what. And in jail where they had this big hall for those jail people to eat. So, and they was buying milk from people around to get for coffee, whatever they do, so I don't know. But after those jail people used to write the letters, once we knew some of them that we was in touch there, they asked if we would take to mail a letter for them. So we put in a pail to bring outside. And we had to go through the guard. There was a guard.
Yeah.
You could nobody could come in and sit in that because it was big wall around this whole city. So we would bring those letters and go and after throw them in. Like young people or married men, they wanna say something that it doesn't go through censored what they read before. So we take that, and all of a sudden they start to checking us, our big pills, looking after. Oh, we were so lucky that we didn't get caught, otherwise we would be there too, waiting for milk inside. Yeah, whole city was all around with big tall wall. I don't know how to describe how many meters, very tall.
All around your town?
All around the town. And then all these villages like ours was connect to the city, you know, like. And there was with those big gates that they closed, but always there would be guard, like police, standing to let you in and to open up. There was 3 different places that gate that you go in.
Who guarded? Was it the communists?
Yeah. Yeah, and I told you that they tore out, right away they tore our church, and they built after they built kino, a movie theater, at the same place.
They built a movie theater where your church was?
So they would let the people to go into movie. I never went, but a guard was watching everyone to go from around the villages.
When did they tear down the church? How old were you?
When
they tore down the church? When they...
But that was when they took over after war. I'm not sure now, I guess 12 or 13. I'm not sure now, but I know I was watching, was watching from our place, from our backyard. We could see when there was some ladies would be crying. There was that was very, very old, really built the church with so many altars around, and I was baptized there, and I went there for the first communion, for after communion you go for
Confirmation?
yeah. Such a simple word, and I can.
No, it's okay.
Well, hello. What are you looking for? Huh? To scratch me again? Mad. You are. I don't have nothing. He likes donuts too. I mean, my friends. No, I don't. Hey! Don't tear it. A dime that made such a big noise in my dryer. Last night I was downstairs and I put clothes in, and I was listening. Why it's making, there is no zipper and no my sheets and a towel in a dryer, and this made so much like it was turning and banging, and I open up and I find it. Oh, so unbelievable.
Do you have all those photos to show me? The photos of you and your friends?